Greetings, everybody. It's Artemis. I hope we are all doing good today. I just wanted to put out a quick video and stuff. So we've all heard that Zack Snyder's Justice League, the Snyder Cut, is going to be released in sometime June of next year, I believe it is. And from what I could see, AT&T, which bought the DC Universe and stuff, seems to have somebody in control that knows what the fans want. And this is just coming from a normie perspective, to be honest, and stuff. I don't know much about comics or how, the lineages or the storylines are and all that stuff. I'm just taking this from a normie position, to be honest. And to be frank, I know that there's been so many franchises destroyed one after another, and and while I might be a normie, I do recognize that what's going on within the MCU, DC, Star Trek, Star Wars, no matter what it might be and stuff, it's really refreshing to see someone at AT&T that's looks like they're in control of the DC universe hand this olive branch to the DC fans, MCU fans, and all that stuff. I'm really interested to see what is offered in this release through HBO Max and all that stuff. And so I think that it says a lot, and for that to be them going about this in that way, so it just says a lot. I'm also wondering too, because J.J. Abrams has got a huge, like, $500 billion agreement with Warner Brothers and stuff, and he's just a straight up hack. He's destroyed Star Wars franchise, he's destroyed my beloved Star Trek franchise, and now he's got his hands on DC and stuff. I mean, it's bad enough that we've had Doctor Who destroyed, some of the MCU crap with the woke crap, and all that. But I have to wonder, once we come out of this COVID situation and all that too, studios are going to have to buckle down on cost and how much it will cost, to produce any of these shows or movies and stuff like that. And this thought that, because J.J. Abrams needs at least $200-300 million to make a damn movie. No, you don't. The Joker proved that you can do it on a $30 to $55 million budget. Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2. Deadpool 1 was, I think, $45 million, and then $30 million for the advertising, and that was a great advertising campaign that they did. And I think that they doubled the advertising, and they upped the budget a little bit. But both movies almost hit $1 billion. Or if I'm not mistaken, Joker did hit $1 billion. So you can do a good story on a low budget. And, it just seems so insane that there's this idea that you have to spend $200 million to make something good. I mean, look at the people that make fanfic and stuff for Star Wars, Star Trek, whatever it might be and stuff. If you look at that and stuff, it's, they do it on minimal budgets. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they could learn a lot from these fanfics, And the thing is like myself, I love Star Trek. I did. And I really like a lot of the fan films and all that. And I can overlook the aesthetics to it not being shiny and all that for good story and good acting. And I think that's what anybody else wants too as well. It doesn't need to look shiny and all that. Look at Deadpool 1 and stuff. You could barely tell, well, some people could tell more than others, how much Deadpool had to, scrape by on what they did. But the thing is they made a great movie, on a unlimited budget. And look at, they almost made $1 billion back and all that. So I think that that says a lot about the creators of it, and all that. On the other hand, I know that Zack Snyder's cut is going to cost a few $1,000,000 to put together, but from all indications, it was 90% complete. 90%. Why would Josh Whedon go and redo all that? Why would a studio allow him to waste millions of dollars to redo something that was already cut 90% and all that? I just don't get it. And the other thing too is, I guess apparently Snyder's an outsider to Hollywood and stuff like that. How dare you actually have an outside opinion about something, But this goes along with so much of what we have seen in the industry, and all that. And I hope that everybody will like it and enjoy it. I know I will. I hope I will. Stuff like that. I think it looks really good from what they've talked, what little they've talked about it, and then they talked about the main enemy and all that stuff. I can't remember his damn name. I am so sorry about that. But further discussion about this and all that, I think that it's a good thing. Finally, a studio's listened to the fans, and it's just really making the mainstream media and the woke community all upset and stuff, and all that. And it's like, you people don't even spend money at the movies and stuff like that, This is how you do it. This is how you pander to your fan base and stuff like that, People just want good storytelling, good acting, and all that. And like I said, that's coming from a normie like myself and all that, So I don't have all the knowledge that so many other people do in DC or MCU and all that. My area is Star Wars, Star Trek, and stuff like that. And I try to get into the comics and stuff like that, And but it's just not for me. I'm more of a reader of novels and stuff like that. And it's not that I hated comics or anything. I just didn't find them appealing. And if you do, more power to you, But I think that those that do, and you look at the old school comics and stuff like that, they got so many great aspects in the way of colors and how they pop out and stuff like that. Today, I don't know. I guess maybe it's more of digitalizing things and stuff like that. Maybe the color palettes and stuff like that don't look right and all that. I just don't know. But I think it's important that those studios and the comic book industry give the fans what they want. I know many times too that a lot of people are like, oh, blah blah, I want this and that, blah blah. You're not going to satisfy all demographics of it. You got to just try and put it out there, hope that it does well, and move on, and keep going, keep on going into it. And then I've read too that I guess some of the comic book industry people and stuff are not very happy with regards to how a lot of big names have gone to Indiegogo, for example, to do their own fundraising, and they're actually doing pretty well. I mean, look at all that money that you can keep, and you can crank out stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't need a publisher today, you don't need a distributor. You can distribute anything you want on your own. It's the same thing with the gaming industry too, as well. It goes the same way, And it's like, why do you need a publisher and developer and all that? You've got Indiegogo, or Kickstarter or whatever it might be. Well, Kickstarter these days have gotten total woke and PC, and so they're on the toilet, it looks like. But there's a lot of good people out there that have modded, that have learned how to make a game. And you just need a good team, dedicated team of people to make what you love. And, and then you can distribute it, any way you want, and you get to keep more of the profits. And you can pay your people and stuff like that and keep on a small team and so on. It's the same thing with the comic book industry. I think to a certain point down the road, or sometime down the road, there might be a time when people just start making their own genres and their own franchises, because Hollywood is completely broken, and they've completely destroyed what we love. It's like me. I'm writing, like, so I have a background in political science. I've been overseas and stuff like that. And so I have built, and I have written, not built, but I have written a lot of stuff in regards to sci-fi and all that stuff. And I write it from a perspective in which it allows me to make up, a lot of what I've seen and what my experiences are and all that. And put it into my book and stuff. I'm sorry about the noise and stuff. I'm recording this in my living room and stuff and all that, and there was some background noise, so I really apologize for that and stuff. And I haven't learned per se how to freaking take some of that out and all that, but I apologize. I'm writing a sci-fi novel right now myself. I'm even writing a book on the Arab-Israeli conflict too as well. And I'm going to self-publish and stuff. I'm nowhere near done with either one of them and stuff. I also do a little bit of editing. I also read a lot of some of my friends' work and all that. Because I'm from the academic area. So like I said, my area is political science, history, philosophy, stuff like that. I work in the military-industrial complex. And I know that's evil and all, but I work for a big aerospace company and stuff. So, and no, it's not SpaceX either. So, not that I wouldn't want to go work for SpaceX, but getting back to it and stuff like that, I think that there are so many opportunities, and I think this has kind of opened the door for a lot of people to self-publish, create their own content. And I think you should go out there and do what you love to do. You know what I'm saying? Find people that know how to do certain things, or just wing it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with it. And there's nothing wrong with failure either. You learn from failure, you pick it up, and you move on and stuff. I've done it several times and all that. I'm thinking about writing some small novels on the Founding Fathers and stuff. I've also worked on a few MMOs that are in the process of being built. Like a game Heroes. I think it was Heroes. I think it was an MMO based on comic books. Not comic books, but superheroes and stuff like that. The game I used to work on, I was the project manager for the and all that. And I left because my job was done. And but the game is called Valiance Online, and the owner and creator and stuff and the team are really, really good, and they're trying to bring a really good superhero back to the industry and stuff like that. I've watched the progress. They've done very, very well and stuff. I've written storylines and stuff like that for multiple different sci-fi MMOs or whatever it might be and stuff. Nothing you guys have ever heard of and stuff. I think some of them hasn't even gone anywhere. I've helped with how government systems work or should work, or how they work, or just kind of giving someone a background, kind of get that idea of espionage and treason and spying and all that, what I'm saying, to kind of get that real world feel and stuff. So, but getting back to the Zack Snyder cut and all that stuff, I think that it's a really good idea. I think it's great. It says a lot about AT&T, who bought Warner Brothers, and I think that in the short term and the long term, um, it's going to be really good for the fan base. I certainly am looking forward to it. I'd like to see. I, for being a normie, I didn't dislike Justice League and I didn't hate it, but there didn't seem to be enough um, oomph there for it to be what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of sad. And that's just it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But so many people like John Campea and so on, and Collider and stuff. They all said, "Oh, there is no Snyder cut." Blah 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 blah. Dude, there's 90% of it was cut and ready to go. 90%. That's insane, right? Just insane. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope that we all like it and stuff. This won't be my last video about it, but I think we should all be excited for the future. I think a lot of things are changing. I think after this COVID situation ends, we're going to see a lot of changes in the industry, maybe a lot of changes to our franchises for the better and stuff. I still remain skeptical, and I think you should too as well. But I think that it's just time to wrap this video up. I want to thank you all for listening. I want you to subscribe, share, like, and I will be talking to you all soon. Take care, farewell, and live long and prosper.